Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, which is all about property investing in the UK and how you can invest in property the right way from the ground upwards. Today's workshop is how you can invest in HMO property with no money down. We've highlighted in a recent video that no money down property investment doesn't exist because no one's going to give you their property for free, are they? Of course not. So at some point you're going to have to buy that house. But that said, there are ways that you can still invest in property without using any of your own money. Now, in our experience, HMOs have a much better return on investments than single buy-to-let properties. And you can take advantage... Was that? That was a weird noise coming from that way. And you can take advantage of the higher return on investment without using your own cash. So first of all, what is a HMO? Now, I say HMO, by the way, not H. I say it properly. What do you say? Leave me a comment below. Do you say H or H? I like having this debate. Now, HMO stands for a house in multiple occupation. And it is a single house that has been converted for use by multiple people. So for example, we're taking the whole property and we're chopping it up into little bits and we're renting the rooms out individually. Now, the government has a website that explains that a property is a HMO if both of the following apply. So the first one, at least 3 tenants live there, forming more than one household. So forming more than one household. So if you've got 3 people that aren't related, then yes, you've got a HMO. If you've got 3 people and 2 of them are related, but the third one isn't, then you've got a HMO. So that's the first thing, at least 3 or more people forming more than one household. And the second element is that if you share a toilet or a bathroom or kitchen facilities with other tenants, so there has to be an element of shared facilities for it to become a HMO. So on that basis, your house has more than one tenant paying rent, meaning you'll have multiple rental streams. So we've got multiple streams of income. And if one person leaves, you've still got several other streams of income. And if another person leaves, you've still got other streams of income. So really, your risk factor is a lot less than it would be with buy-to-let properties. Now, typically, a HMO can make you between £500 and £1,000 a month. Sometimes it can make you more. And if that's the case, how many of those do you actually need to replace your normal monthly income? Really depends on how much you earn. But again, I would love your comments below. How many properties would you need to replace your income if they were bringing in £500 a month? Comment below. So here's how you can buy 3 or 4 of these cash cows with none of your own money. You'll need a deposit to buy a HMO. So if you're purchasing, you are going to need a deposit. It is as simple as that. Now, this will typically be in the maybe £50,000 mark, depending on where you live, and of course, depending on how much your property is on the market for. And of course, you'll need to allow for a budget for creating the HMO. So you'll need things like fire doors, fire alarms, furniture, etc. Because most of these will be unfurnished and most of them will be probably buy-to-let property. So you're going to have to do a conversion and you'll need to pay all of the related bills as well, because we have generally HMOs in the UK are all inclusive. So you'll need to make sure that you've got the insurance and you're paying for the maintenance costs and the electric and the gas and the water, etc. So here are several options to help you fund these deals, help you fund the deposit, help you fund the refurbishment, etc. Now, your HMOs, now you can use some of these strategies in combination, or just pick one option and run with that one strategy. So, number 1, investor fixed return loans. Investor fixed return loans do exactly what it says on the tin. You can borrow money from friends, you could borrow money from family or other investors. And that said, it's essential to completely understand what you're doing if you are borrowing money from other people. Now make sure that you've got the right paperwork in place and make sure that you've received the right training and taken the right advice. Number two, joint ventures, or JVs as we like to call them. So you can joint venture with anybody who wants to get into property as well themselves, or maybe they're already in property, but maybe they haven't got the time or the skills or the know-how on how to run a HMO property. Now these are typically successful people in other areas who perhaps have money that they want to invest in property but don't want to get their hands dirty themselves. So you can joint venture with them to fund your deposit and possibly your refurbishment too. Number three, you can buy a house and turn it into a HMO. Now this is one of the slightly different strategies than the others, and it's where you buy a property and you turn that into a HMO. Now we suggest that you buy the worst house on the street, then you can refurbish it, restore it, and then refinance it. You can then operate the HMO and just keep recycling that cash out of the deal, and you can get 3 or maybe 4 HMO properties by using the same pot of money. Now the next thing that we could look at are lease options. You may have heard of lease options. A lease option is an agreement that gives a renter the choice to purchase the rental property during or at the end of the rental period. Now in this case, you will be the renter, but you are then going to sublet the property to the tenants with the owner's consent. Now you'll want to negotiate a lease option that's got a low value input from you. Give the owner enough money to rent the property so you can make a profit by multi-letting the rooms. You then put that money aside, you can save it up and use it as a deposit in 5 years to buy that house. Or maybe you can negotiate that your monthly rent actually comes off the asking price whilst you're building up your equity in the deal as you go. Now, you can then buy the property, and if the property has gone up in value as well, you could potentially refinance it, and then the whole thing just starts to snowball. So there you have it. Those are 4 ways that you can creatively buy HMO property or take ownership of HMO property without putting in any of your own money. So whatever you do, make sure that you are fully conversant in the legal requirements of running a HMO property, and also that you ensure that you understand the different contracts and agreements that you need to have in place so that everybody is protected in this venture. Okay, so folks, hope you enjoyed that small workshop. As always, if you did, please subscribe to my channel. Please leave a comment below as well on any future workshops that you'd like me to cover. Until the next one, have a great day. Speak to you soon.